Everybody, it's Ben here, aka Mr. Stairs, and today I'm going to be showing you one of the most important shots in hockey, and that is the wrist shot. It's going to be really handy in a lot of game situations, and it's a good one to know right off. So we're going to go through the process of learning that today. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go over some materials that we're going to need for learning how to do a wrist shot. So if you look on the dirty ground of my garage here, we're gonna need a puck, obviously, that's how we're gonna shoot. We're gonna need 2 gloves for our hands. It helps with the absorption of the shock from your stick. And then of course, a stick. Another material that's very essential, as you can see, this is not exactly a net, but that is what we're going to be using as a net today. Unfortunately, my net was sold quite a few years ago, but this will do for now. So we'll get into that. When talking about learning how to do a wrist shot, one of the biggest safety concerns we're going to be talking about is where we're shooting this puck. So we want to make sure that when we're setting up our net or our shooting area, that it's not near anything like glass or something else that's very easily broken. As that can be very expensive, and we don't want that to be part of our shooting drill. So make sure, as you can see with my net over here, that it is not near anything that is very easily broken, because that is not part of our tutorial today. Okay, so the first step of learning how to do a wrist shot is getting in the proper stance or position for it. So you want to make sure you're on, if not ice, which you ideally are, you're on a flat surface. So we have this garage floor here that'll do the job. So you want to make sure that your feet are planted and squared with your shoulders. Your knees are bent, and the puck is positioned right near your back foot. Okay, now that we're in our hockey position, another thing that we're going to think about is where we're trying to shoot this puck. So a big part of your aiming is where you're looking. Your eyes are going to direct where you actually end up shooting the puck. So you're going to want to look at your target, so whether that's like the top left, the center, top right, one of the other bottom corners, you're going to try to make direct eye contact with where you're trying to aim the puck. Okay, so now that you've picked out your target with your eyes of where you want to shoot, we need to know how to actually use this stick to properly get the most power out of our shot, all right? So the first method, if we go down here and look at my blade, has to do with keeping the puck at the bottom of your blade to start, right where it's lined up with my back foot. And then as you pull it forward, you can see that the puck naturally curls towards the center of my blade. And once it gets near that front foot, that's when we're actually going to release it. And we're going to use both the power of our legs and our arms and our wrists to actually release the shot. So as I mentioned, once you're getting ready for your shot, you're starting it at the bottom of the blade, you're pulling it towards the center, and as you're doing this, you're bringing energy into your stick by pressing down on your hockey blade onto the surface. So using this, you see that flex in my hockey blade there? We're going to use that to our advantage to gain more power from our shot. So as the stick is moving forward with the puck, we are also building energy in our stick so that when we finally release it, it's actually adding the snap from the stick into our shot. So we start from the back and then we pull it forward and we use our body strength and the strength of our stick to send that puck forward. So after we've released the puck, there's one more thing that we have to think about, and that's the follow through with our blade. So not only are we looking at our target with our eyes, but we're also making sure that the blade is aimed at the end of our shot where the puck is supposed to go. So if I was aiming top left, my blade is pointing top left, and so are my eyes. All right, so let's put this all together. So we're gonna start with our hockey stance, our knees bent, squared with our shoulders, our stick comfortably in our hands, one halfway down, one up close tight to your body. You start with the puck at the very back, near your back foot, near the bottom of the blade. As we're shooting, we're bringing it forward to the middle of the blade, and we're always looking at our target, right? And we're also making sure that the blade ends where we're trying to shoot. So the blade is looking at the target. So let's see what it looks like. I'm going top right, let's see how I do. Not too bad. So as you can see, the wrist shot in hockey has a lot to do with technique. But let me tell you, the more you practice, the more it'll start to feel natural and the easier it'll be to incorporate into your hockey play.